Hello. Hopefully you guys can see this. Standard futzing about at the beginning of the stream. Alright.
Trying to get my shit together over here. Who on the poll tonight?
There's no poll.
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
We are running a little bit behind this evening, but we'll get there. So yeah, no poll tonight. Going to just work on something I should be working on anyway. Yeah, I hear you, Bob. No, nice, good save. I like that. Oh, you know what? Shoot. Entertain people for a minute. I gotta go get my glasses. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves.
I don't really know what to do with that, but how about I do some knitting for you guys? That would be super entertaining, right? Let's do that. Alright, so these are some socks that I'm making. With some nice cables. Let's see. Oh, look at that. There's some kind of pattern on it. Very pretty, right? So we'll just...
What are you doing?
I'm knitting. I'm knitting for the people. They love it.
A little more forward.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
Everybody put in the chat how much you love the knitting, because he seems to not believe me.
This is going to be confusing for people. Yeah. Well,
Jeff needs his glasses. What are you
there's
going to do?
yeah. Best numbers for Jeff. You're probably not wrong. I mean, it is some shenanigans going on here. Thank you.
You're ungrateful.
I just said thankful. That's the opposite. Thank you. That's the opposite of ungrateful. All right.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Don't worry. The cat will be here. He's already lurking. All right. So this is a commission I got from a very nice guy who apparently doesn't like money, so he keeps paying me to draw stuff. And this is a sort of a like what if cover of just different characters from like X-Men, X-Factor, X-Force, New Mutants kind of thing from the 90s. So we have, I don't know if you guys, yeah, you can kind of see. We have Strong Guy here in the back. This is going to be Cable here. This is Sunspot. And in the center we have Rogue and Gambit. And then we're going to have Cyclops here, Wolfsbane here, and Wolverine over here. In theory. So no real structure. But like I won't get to the end of this by the end of the stream, or we'll be here half the night. But I figured I'd just draw and we could goof off, and then we'll just wrap it up when we wrap it up. Hello, Maureen.
Did Maureen miss the knitting?
You missed the knitting, Maureen. I'm sorry. I thought also what I might do is, because I haven't done this yet on the stream, bless you, Jason. This is a kind of what comic book pages are drawn on. This sheet is 11 by 17, and all these blue ink lines denote sections that are going to get, cut from the printer, where there's bleed for the image. You would normally have, the top of the bottom, you'd have, whose work it is, the date, what the title of the comic is, what the page number, blah, blah, blah. And then when you make copies of anything that has blue line ink on it, that doesn't show up. So a lot of times artists will do like a rough sketch like I've done here in blue line, and then sort of do their pencils over it, or just go to inks right from there, and any of the errant blue line that still shows through doesn't come through when you make a Xerox of it.
Is it distracting to you as an artist, though?
I never really drew anything blue line. I am lazy, so I thought if I'm going to draw it and then ink it, I don't want to draw it and then draw it again and then ink it or whatever. I like the way it looks, like when I see other people having done it, but I just don't like it. I figure I'll just go right to it. As I get older, I don't draw as tightly before I start inking. Like sometimes I do a lot of the drawing in the inks. I did not choose the characters, Bob. Chris, the guy that commissioned it, chose the character. He was just kind of firing off a bunch of different characters, and these are the ones we settled on. Yes, Bob, non-repro blue, exactly right. For those that don't know, Bob used to be a comic book artist and knows more about it than I do, so feel free to ask him questions too. Yeah, it's interesting. I've seen I think I've seen Paul actually use blue line, Paul Pelletier, but he only does it for like the very most general of gestures. Like if you were to look at his blue line marks, you'd be like, I don't even know what's happening, but it's just enough of a map for him that he just starts drawing. But I also heard, no, you're not the one that went to comic book college, you just actually drew comic books, so, there is that. And Bob, correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard that Paul actually draws from upper left to lower right, which seems like sheer madness to me, like a dot matrix printer or something. Yeah, blue line, I like the idea of, so in traditional comics, you'd have a penciler and an inker and a colorist and a letterer, and yeah, if that's right about his direction, it makes sense, right? Because you want to draw here and the heel of your hand is not smudging the drawing as you go. I just don't have the attention span. I got to jump around and work on stuff that I'm feeling at the time, so that would be very weird to me to be like, okay, I'm going to get all this done and then keep going like this. And some people wear like fingerless gloves so that when they're resting their hand on the paper, it doesn't smudge. But
Do you want me to knit you some fingerless gloves?
I mean, you could. Oh, there it is. Hi, Ember.
Did you just change the subject?
Ember changed the subject.
Oh, okay. You want fingerless gloves? I mean, he doesn't have any fingers.
No, I don't. I tend to do okay with the smudging. And well, I could be in trouble now though.
I feel like that's a give me the stuff.
Yeah,
or I will sit here forever.
He's set up camp, and he will not go anywhere until he gets. He's like Storm of the Century guy. Give me what I want, and I'll go away.
So we're going upstairs.
You're very handsome.
So
Ember,
are you, honey?
look up here. Say hi. It's terrible. Go get Mama. Where's she going? There it is. Yeah, Ember's saving the stream here. Do you guys find that it's hard to have a favorite anything as you get older? Like it when you're young. I feel like when you're younger, you're just so certain, and you, of course, you go through phases. But as I get older, I'm like, how do I pick a favorite color? No, thanks, Jason. All right. So the cat butt, that makes it even more bespoke, really. It's artisanal cat butt print. So I'm gonna try to draw so you guys can actually see me doing it, but no promises. I don't have a ton of, yeah, butt spoke, nice. Blue line pencil thing, I wanted to finish the thought. So back in the day, when like a good secondary market for comic artists is to sell the original work, right? You do the pages and you get them back and you can sell them at conventions or whatever. And it used to be like the penciler and the inker used to have sort of an agreement, like who got what. You'd split pages, you know, you wouldn't want one of them to get all the cool splash pages or whatever. And the thing I like about Blue Line is nowadays the penciler can keep the pencil work, and then the inker can download it and print it out on a comic paper in Blue Line and do the inks on that, so you actually each have a piece of original work to do that you can sell at conventions, which I thought was cool. I didn't get a ton of sleep last night, and I'm kind of running on like a energy drink, so the rambling will be even more intense tonight. Aren't you lucky? When I've been drawing like consistently for any length of time, I really do like inking, doing a lot of the drawing and the inking if I feel confident about it, because there's something that I feel like a brush adds, and sort of I'm trying to teach myself to be like, I was talking to Bob about this at one point. I feel like people that are really skilled or have achieved some level of mastery, something in common I see from them when I see them working, is that they, like I used to be like, okay, I gotta obsess over every line, and what I'm gonna do is draw this on a 11 by 17 piece of copy paper and get it as right as I can get it, make all the mistakes I can and get it as tight as I can, and then light box the drawing onto this good paper, and I'm just drawing the line, you know, the final lines that I've chosen, super tight pencils, and then ink that. And what I'm trying to teach myself to do is allow the ink and the brush to be more of a collaborator than just a tool, if that makes sense. Like, I notice people that I admire when I see them do work on YouTube or whatever, they're not like, okay, I'm trying to get this line exactly the way the pencil is, and oh, it's screwed up, so now it's wrong. They let the brush or the nib or whatever they're doing have some input into how the line works, and I think that's kind of an interesting philosophy to try out. So maybe, you know, not get so obsessive about each line, but still figuring it out.
I have a very serious question for you.
Uh-oh, Alicia has a very serious question.
Did you eat all the butterscotch chips?
I didn't eat any butterscotch chips.
Okay,
I probably didn't realize we had any, or I may have.
well, I just tried to get into them and I couldn't find them.
Oh, sorry. I don't know what happened to him. It's the answer, Jason. So this is a 90s era costuming for these guys. Some of them is a little difficult because they had so many like Sunspot has like 3 costumes from that era depending. But for Cable it should be fun because he'll just have his ridiculous like giant shoulder pads with like a million pouches and you know his very Rob Liefeld design. Plus, I just had ice cream, so I'm good. I wouldn't have gone after any butterscotch chips. I know that doesn't absolve me of like. What?
I'm gonna go look again now that I know you can.
And she's off. Pouches, not putches. What's funny is I don't even see where you said putches, so. I wonder if we're getting the weird time traveling comments again. Draw Remy in his leather trench coat and Rogue in her leather jacket because it's the 90s, baby. That's a good color, Bob. Not a bad choice. It's actually so I had my braces adjusted the day before we left to go on our cruise, so rather than go with the normal dark purple bands that I usually pick, I went with a teal, like tropical blue-green. So, you know, great minds. So at this point, I'm doing things a little bit tighter, but I'm still probably going to do some of the final lines when I'm inking. I'm not going to obsess too much. That's the point of that rant about collaborating or whatever with the brush. Some of this stuff will stay the same, some of it will be a little different. It's like having a safety net on a tightrope kind of thing. If I've got God damn it. Fuck cancer, man. Did he tell the truth? Did he get chin cancer? I mean, man, that sucks. Gotta love Bruce. Success?
There's a story.
There's a story about the chips.
So I couldn't find them anywhere, and you said you didn't eat them, and I know you would never fib. So I knock on the children's doors simultaneously, and eldest offspring answers first, followed very shortly by youngest offspring.
Mm-hmm.
So I ask eldest offspring first, did you eat all the butterscotch chips? No. Look at the other one, did you eat all the butterscotch chips? No. Then the first one asks, did you want the rest of them? Never occurred to me that they would get into the butterscotch chips and there'd be any left.
All of them, yeah.
Yes, yes, I would like them. Thank you. So now I have butterscotch chips, and I found peanut butter.
So what? Not to
Sorry.
take away. So what kind of cancer is it? Do you know?
What?
I guess Bruce Campbell got cancer.
What? No.
I'm sure you can read the yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for with Cable. Is he's like, I'm a serious action hero from a dark future. Blah blah. What's up with these clowns? How did I end up here? I gotta fix his nose. Huh. Man. Yeah, here's hoping he can keep it at bay for a long time. Cable, I believe I was going to have him holding a ridiculously gigantic firearm from the future. Because he always seemed to have some implausibly huge gun. Like he's really just an out of place Warhammer 40,000 character. Strong guy has these like shoulder pauldrons. I just thought Guido is an interesting character because he has super strength, but like he has like a drawback where it kind of morphs his body disproportionately. Like I'm trying to remember, he got in like an accident or something as a kid, or he stopped a vehicle from killing somebody or something like that, and it was an excuse for artists to be able to draw him with like a giant torso and arms and like skinny legs. But it was like built into his mutant power somehow. Because why not? Yeah. It's probably not a bad assumption, Bob. It's just like he's like me when we were trying to play Ravenloft, and I'm thinking like, okay, this is gonna be like a serious horror game, character driven, blah blah blah, but it's still all of us. So Never mind.
Are you reading the comment?
Yeah.
What I do ain't nice.
Yeah, actually, you're right. I did give him kind of like actual hair, didn't I? Good catch.
You didn't notice that he had been taking Rogaine.
Yeah. You just use a Sharpie. It's not actually hair. You just drew it on.
Like on the Seinfeld episode with the eyebrows.
Yeah. What I really should do is have some reference handy, but that'll come later when I get ready to do the finals and go, what were you thinking? I mean, all part of the plan? What I do ain't nice. I believe that's Mr. Lyons, the guy who commissioned me to draw this.
Really?
Really, really.
That's
Am I wrong? Could be wrong. What I do ain't nice is a Wolverine reference, because in the comics that's kind of his tagline thing is he's the best he is at what he does, and what he does ain't nice. Spoiler alert, it's murder, people.
not nice either. I like killed those butterscotch chips.
You did.
I did.
You murdered every one of them.
They are gone. I'm now just eating plain peanut butter.
See, that's the good thing about peanut butter is it's almost like a condiment, but when all else fails, it's also the main course. Like you can go either way. So, in case the rest of the crew doesn't realize it, Alicia ate all of the butterscotch chips just now.
They are gone. They were delicious. I spooned them up with peanut butter and ate them, and it was perfect.
Yeah, I'll get it all tightened up too, and to try to get the comic code stamp and all that fun stuff in there too. I do have a couple ideas for some word bubbles to throw on there too. I think this one was "What Madness This," and then this one is "Insane First Issue."
So I have a question for what I do ain't nice. Did you know this is what Jeff was working on tonight?
And I think he did, because
So you should make sure I have peanut butter during all of these, because it really slows me down with the talking.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
I
did
did. I did tag him. But a lot can happen in a day. You could have forgotten. Well, I will obviously, before I do any inks or anything like that, you'll see the finished pencils, Chris. so that you can tell me to redraw the hideousness before I finish it. Chris actually has a really sweet collection of original comic art, and while he doesn't have all of it up, he showed me a picture of his Fortress of Solitude with a bunch of them up, and a previous piece that I did was up there, which made me feel special. Displayed with all the other luminaries. Well, you just have to blow out a wall or something and add on, you know. It's just that easy. I really want to tell that story when you were pregnant, because you're walking around with that peanut. So. Oh yeah, you can't have Scott and Logan too close together. Somebody's getting hurt. Alicia's walking around here. She's looking for something, and she just had that spoon of peanut butter she's licking, and it made me think of the story I tell when she was pregnant. She's like really pregnant with Luke, right? Was it Luke?
I don't remember which one.
And it was getting close, and in our old house, there's like this island in the kitchen, right in the center. And she's yelling at me from the kitchen, and I can kind of make out what she's saying. I'm in the other room, and she's like, she's asking me if I bought meat, or yeah, if I bought meat at the grocery store and if there was any peanut butter.
But I was like,
but she's like trolling through the kitchen like a shark. She's just rubbing this gigantic belly, like clearly uncomfortable. And in my head, I don't hear her normal voice.
It wasn't my normal voice.
What I heard was, "Did you buy meat?" You know, and I was like, "What the hell?" And then followed up by
because at first I asked it maybe in a normal voice,
right.
Did you buy meat? And you didn't
I
hear
didn't
me, so
hear
I was
you.
like, Did you buy meat?
And then, where's my peanut butter? That's like, you better know the answer. Anyway, sorry. Yes, I remember leaving it on your porch. Yeah, that was a fun piece to do. They've all been fun. You have really good taste and subject matter that's fun to draw. So it makes it easy.
Oh, Chris is local?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so he won't have to wait an eternity. Once this is complete, I can just drop it off, or he can come pick it up, or whatever. Unlike the other people in the stream who have sketches that I did 6 months ago, still sitting here.
You should deliver.
Well, I'm going to deliver a bunch of them on Sunday. I just saw on YouTube, I mean, it's a couple of years old now, but it just got recommended in my feed, was a John Byrne interview where they like go through his studio and stuff, and I was just glad to see that he has way more toys than I do.
Is that possible?
Is that a challenge?
You've got a lot of toys.
Yeah, well, you've got a lot of yarn. I mean, if I said, is it possible to have more?
Well, you weren't talking about yarn. You know, on my channel, I do this thing where I try to, like, reduce my stash.
Try. But the thing of it is, like, your yarn, you just move yarn from one composition to another. It doesn't go. Like, I can't, I can't use up my Transformers. I mean, come on.
No, but your minis, you can paint them. And I bet people would like
All
to watch.
right, that's a low blow. Like, that's my pile of shame. That's a whole other psychological problem.
It doesn't need to be shame. You could turn it into a positive and paint them on your channel. Yeah? No?
So I think I knew that, Chris, because you saw a picture I posted when we had bought like the house next door in Medway, and we were living up there. And I posted a picture of like my turkeys with that church in the background. And you're like, hey, I know that place.
Small world.
Yeah. I'll have to do some referencing here. I'm just guessing at costume layouts for the moment. Place markers. Yeah, I got some colored ink pens, so I'm going to try to do the lettering sort of in this color scheme, I think. You can see that. Issue 2. Oops.
I'm not sure that narrows it down, Chris. That he graduated high school with your cousin.
Oh, God, yeah. We have lots of cousins. And the joke in, well, I mean, you're from Medway, you know, but like our joke, because there are a lot of crams and Hales and Falloons and whatnot, that sometimes it seems like our family tree is a wreath.
Well, when we first moved up to Medway, I kind of relied on Janet quite a bit because she knew everybody. I didn't know anybody. And so she'd mention somebody, and I'd mention somebody, and she'd be like, he's a cousin, she's a cousin, they're a cousin. Yeah. And I'm like, oh my God, is there anybody here you're not related to?
Oh yeah, Alicia. It's my, our Uncle Andy's daughter.
Oh, Alicia might be on here. Sometimes she tunes in.
That's true. It's too late though. Alicia goes to bed at like 7:30 or something. I don't know.
You want me to go check?
Might be a good idea.
Alright, I'm taking a peanut butter with
Okay.
me.
What the hell is going on up there? You have all kinds of thumps and somebody's moving furniture or something upstairs. Oh, good. I'm ready to hear my wife hollering at somebody any moment now. What the hell's going on up here? He's behind you. Jason, I'll have you know I have only bought one 10th edition Codex, and I think I'll be safe to not buy another one until 11th comes out in like 10 minutes. You said I'm behind you. It made me think of Sly Marbo and Imperial Guard, and I'm still salty that I bought that Cadia Stands box like a half an hour before the edition changed. So the codex in it was immediately outdated. Why do we keep doing this to ourselves? For the rest of you poor people that just hear nerd, nerd, dork, geek, dork, we're talking about Warhammer 40,000. And sorry. This is where I could like just shorthand the Kirby crackle, since I'm gonna have to ink it anyway, but for some reason it's sort of therapeutic. Eighth edition codexes? Why did you? Oh, whatever. You know, normally I would say, oh yeah, you could buy older codexes just for the lore. You know, if they didn't reprint exactly word for word all the fluff in every friggin' edition. But I'm not angry. Well, it's the stat blocks that you need, right? So it's almost worse buying older editions because you know the fluff hasn't changed and just the numbers are what you need. Ah, well. Sometimes the artwork's different, though. Yeah, well, there you go. $10 is better. When did they start the hardcover baloney? Was it 6? I think it was 6. Like, oh, now you can buy codexes that are all hardcovers so we can justify them being more expensive. Oops, all crunch berries. Yeah, so this would be a good time to mention I'm doing the red and blue costume with a little bit of yellow for Sunspot, but I can do the sort of like New Mutants looking one if you'd prefer that too. Just something to think about. I've been going back and watching. There's a guy on YouTube that's been compiling like old interviews with comic artists that are no longer with us and whatnot. And I was watching one with Big John Buscema, who's one of my all-time faves, and then he's got at least one of the King, so you got to watch that, of course. So forgive my ignorance, but that's the one I'm doing, the Capullo one. To be honest with you, I was straight up like, if it wasn't Jim Lee, I probably wasn't reading it. X-book person. Don't at me. Hi, Mo. Thanks for stopping by. I'll probably wrap it up around 9-ish, I think. You guys have been patient. So, everything copacetic up there, or you don't want to talk about it?
I am going to go live on a cruise boat,
Oh, lucky you.
and you can deal with children.
What are they doing? Are they getting in a fight or something?
No, they don't fight. Not with each other. Luke took his school computer and dropped it on the floor twice. And
Oh.
left it in the middle of the floor. And I was like, is that because you finished your book report and you want us to read it? And he was like, can't finish my book report because I don't have the book. It's in the library. And it's one he's read a bunch of times, but he doesn't remember enough to finish the book report. So I tried to buy it online for him, and he got very angry and does not want me to do that. So now I have to go live on a cruise ship. You can help with the book report.
16 years old. Well, I mean, fails it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good night. Thanks, Bob.
Night, Bob.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Like I said, probably around 9 o'clock we'll call it, and I'll go beat my son. I don't know what I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You see what Jason wrote? Cruise ship for the win.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not wrong.
he's not.
So Alicia, we went on this cruise. We went on a cruise on our honeymoon on a Carnival cruise ship called the Victory, right?
Yeah, Victory.
And we just got back from a cruise
19 years later.
19 years later on the Vista. And then her family and we all kind of brainstormed and decided we were going to do another cruise next year on board the Mardi Gras.
I pushed for the Venetia.
Okay. Alicia has decided that before we can go on the Mardi Gras, we have to clear out the V's because we already did 2 and there's 2 more.
And you wouldn't think there'd be that many that start with V.
And yeah, she's lost her mind. Basically, she's like, we could do this one cruise out of New York or whatever on board the Venetia.
The Venetia right now is in Florida, but I think during warmer weather it's out of New York.
Oh.
But yeah, we could do a 3 or a 4 day out of New York on the Venetia and a 5 day out of New Orleans in November.
Yeah.
And then we would
Aboard,
clear the V's before we move on to the M's.
what's the other one? That's not the Venetia.
The
Valor.
yeah, I think it's the Valor.
So I'm like, no, honey, there's no way, we're not going to do 2 cruises before we do our cruise. And she's like, of course not. That wouldn't make any sense. Once we do the first of them, that will be our cruise. So,
There are worse things I could be trying to do.
that's true. Yeah, like, don't get me wrong, cruising's great and all, but come on.
Well, I mean, I'm just kind of giving you shit because the reality is that only gives us like we got 13 now. It was like 21 cruise days, and we'd be like still 4 days short to move up to red before our next cruise.
I don't know what that means,
Red
move
status.
up to red.
We'd get a different color card to get into our room, and I think we'd get
Oh, well, that's worth it.
we'd get a free drink on the cruise.
You bought 4 cruises, so that earned you a free drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do get $100 stateroom credit for being a shareholder.
That's right. Sorry, guys.
I told Jeff he should do his live stream from the cruise. What do you guys think of that?
I think we settled on that not happening because of the
Expenses.
stupid amount of money they want for you to have internet access on the boat.
That's true, but the next cruise there will only be 2 of us, so it won't be as expensive. But yeah, it's still probably more than I want to pay. It's ridiculous. It's like, for 4 of us, what was it? Like $540 for 6 days.
Yeah, for internet access only.
Yeah, it's insane. But that's the only one that's fast enough to be able to do video.
Right.
But that would be like 8 months worth of internet access at home. Or 6 days. Crazy. And so we didn't get the internet, and I think I was happier without it, honestly, because we get off the ship and it was just work. Tried to get hold of me, that was it. Nothing fun.
Right.
Anyway. Probably would have done a few Google searches when I thought of something random and was like, I wonder what the answer to this is. But other than that, that's crazy.
So Jason, you guys going to take advantage of the nearly summer-like weather we're going to have here shortly, so you can, execute Project Icebreaker in the new place? Like next week is I think Wednesday is supposed to be in the 60s up here. Not gonna lie, I think there's a serious drop off in viewership when the cat leaves.
I shut the door so I wouldn't have to keep taking them upstairs.
No, that's good. Otherwise, that's all this stream would be, which maybe for some people wouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, Jeff, put your ass in gear.
Can't really do what? Ice removal? Or did we do time traveling comments again? I have not watched it. I don't know. I've seen clips of it, but it's on the list. It looks awesome. I mean, it looks like they really did. They were really faithful to what made it good to begin with. I think people forget that was like a pretty kind of groundbreaking cartoon for the time. Like it kind of gets, I don't want to say eclipsed by, but it seems like sometimes it gets overlooked because of like your Batman the Animated Series kind of thing. It's nice that they basically were like, they avoided the common misstep, I think, that a lot of like modern creators who get a hold of an older license do, which is, I've got to make my mark, I've got to put my stamp on it or whatever. When the reality is people liked it for a reason, so, maybe just do the thing that people liked and it'll work out fine. It's like I remember talking about, I think it was when Batman versus Superman came out. I was talking with somebody and I was like, I just wish the DC movies the whole time didn't seem like they were apologizing or were embarrassed that it was a superhero movie. It's going to be so damn serious, gritty, darker tone and all this. And I'm like, Marvel just put out a movie with a talking squirrel. Or raccoon. Like, I think it's okay. People can handle it, you know. But I did really like Superman, so they're getting there. But yeah, X-Men 97 seems like they understood the assignment, so to speak. I know exactly the scene you're talking about because it's all over YouTube, like people reacting to it. It's great. I mean, it's awesome, but I know what you mean. It's yikes. Not to spoil it for anybody, but I thought they did. You know, it was really well done too. It wasn't like I didn't feel like it was cheesy or unearned. Which again just makes me think, yeah, I gotta watch it at some point. Arthur, I never thought I'd have to say this to you, but spoon. Jason's tick reference. I do like that they also have morph in there, but again, spoilers and all that jazz. Thanks, man. And I'm glad you said sauce and not sausage, because that would be another 20 minutes. Hello, Manuel. You mean I could have got away without drawing another character? Son of a... No, you'd have Wolfsbane in there or the composition doesn't work, so... So before I close it out here, more comic book artist nerdery. You do things like we learned a lot of things about the psychology of vision, essentially, and how people's brains read certain things when they're looking at it. And you gotta scroll back through the chat. And I haven't watched X-Men 97 yet, but it's on the list. But I was going to try something here, and I'm hoping it's going to work out when I do finish it, which is like Cyclops' blast and Remy's staff and whatnot versus the way these characters are oriented. I'm hoping it's going to have like a subliminal X across here. But yes, I promise I will watch it. I also dug out my old, I don't know if this is going to be controversial, but it was at the time, my old Joe Mad Uncanny X-Men issues. Because I was one of those people that was an instant fan at the time. Of course, I always loved Art Adams stuff too, which at the time was very heavily influenced by. But, dug those out for some inspiration. Right? Like, whatever happened to that guy? I'm kidding, of course, but I just wish he just drew comics again, you know? And what's really horrifying, Chris, is I was at the comic shop like 2 weeks ago, and just on a lark, because my old Battle Chasers collected edition got water damaged and tossed out years ago, and I was asking about it, and God love him, my comic shop guy couldn't remember who Joe Mad was. Oh yeah, the Arthur Adams stuff, and he's another guy just amazing, and he gets better with age. He just keeps getting better, which is crazy. But yeah, I was shocked because there was a period of time in the early 2000s, late 90s where Joe Mad was like the king. Like one of the very first people to be like, I'm super popular on this mainstream book, and now I'm going to go do my creator-owned book that has nothing to do with any, like a fantasy semi-sci-fi thing that comics really didn't do well at the time, Western comics, and everybody was clamoring after it. And now it's like, because he went into video games and stuff, most people don't know who he is. Yeah, to me, like, Art Adams' Long Shot is the definitive drawing of that character. But anyway. Alright, I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, guys. I could ramble on, I'm sure, forever, but I appreciate everybody stopping in and shooting the breeze and whatnot. And Chris, I will try to make more progress on this and get you something to give a yay or nay on here pretty soon. Unfortunately, no raffle giveaway for this one tonight. I feel like that would be rude to Chris. Oof. Thank you, sir. It always sounds bad, Jason. It's what you do. All right, gang. I hope everybody has a great week, and I will see you next Monday. Assuming I don't kill myself helping Jason move. I kid. Have a good night.